Hey guys, Azeem and Kamil here with the Almost Grown Up podcast. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, get involved and enjoy the podcast.
Peace. 3, 2, 1.
And we're back.
That's such a bad click. Can only click that one, but then listen to this one.
It's because your third finger. Move this out of the way. You keep hitting your own finger.
Yeah. That's the whole point. You hit this part.
No, you hit the flat part.
No, I can't. I have to hit this finger. I hit my finger now. Yeah, see, you hit. Try to do it like this.
No, I can feel it hitting on the. This is the most pointless start to the podcast ever, but.
Yeah, I can't click with this hand. It's just skin.
The other one is what? Other skin?
Click. That was shit, but.
Well, we got pretty heavy in the last podcast.
We did. I'm going to try and make this one a bit more. Well, a bit less
It does-
heavy. A bit more light. A bit more fluffy.
Well, although there was something I want to talk about, speaking of heavy.
Go on.
Deliveries around this time.
Oh, shit.
Because I'm trying to order some.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have ordered some weights.
But?
But
What are they?
in their defence, I don't know. In their defence, they were delivered. So I was sat in my hour's delivery slot
Yeah.
with a clear view of my drive.
Uh-huh.
But I've got the week off, by the way, so I'm not just unemployed and doing nothing.
That's me.
And then I just sat there watching like YouTube videos and shit, and I was like, what time is it? And it was about 20 minutes after the slot, so I was like, oh. Went back and checked the tracking and it said sign for it, and I was like, hold on, what the fuck? And I was like, I couldn't have missed it. So I called them up straight away and I was like, I've got no slip that's been left. I've been sat here, no one turned up to the door, and I can see someone sign for it. And they're like, oh, that's a bit weird. And he checked and the GPS signal said it was signed in on the tracking gun as delivered a 5-minute drive down the road from my house. And I was like, well,
So not your address.
I'm out 154 quid now, and this is apparently
Been delivered, like.
to somewhere.
Yeah.
And some cunt has now like signed for it, knowing full well it's not his address.
But also their weights.
Yeah, and they're also individually packed. So there's two, like, one 25 kilogram box, and when it's not a dumbbell, it's not like evenly distributed. So like, you have to carry the box like this, which is weird. So it's clearly been like that's something you'd know or would question. Have I ordered this?
Because I said, like earlier on when you told me this, I was saying, oh, maybe like because it's a block of flats or whatever, it could be like a friendly neighbour going, yeah, cool, I'll sign for it, no problem. But this is like a fucking hefty thing. Like, surely
Hefty thing.
You kind of look at it and you go, who is this for before I pick this up?
I was fucking fuming, right? So, and also because like I was looking forward to training with it because I got some like decent weight to train with now.
No, you don't.
No, I ain't got shit. So that happened, and then I basically the guy who was helping me from the call centre, just on the side note, never use Parcel Force.
They're all pretty shit, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, they all fuck up, especially around this time when everything's like super difficult and workload's really high and they're probably under resourced, etc., etc. But I don't give a fuck. They're fucking.
Yeah.
So they basically said, okay, I'll leave a note. So what he did was raise a driver interview. So by the time the guy gets to the depot at the end of his shift, they're going to interview and be like, what happened here?
Yeah.
So I got, when next day comes around, I called again, and I now spoke to this other girl, explained to her what happened. She emailed the person from that depot, like the manager or whoever, and was like, can this customer get an update because he needs to know whether he needs to put a claim in or not. So the manager goes, yeah, the driver said that he delivered it to a block of flats. And I was like, I don't live in a block of flats, I live in a house.
Yeah.
And basically I'm now waiting for a phone call. I called up again this morning whilst we were getting all this like stuff set up, and now it's a different person again. But at least I've got 30 days from delivery, supposed delivery,
Yeah.
To actually make a claim.
But still, like, how do you fuck up that bad to kind of look at the address?
Oh, it's not a fuck up, man. It's definitely done on purpose, I think.
You think? What, as in delivered it to like his mate or some shit?
Yeah.
And like trying to... Yeah, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of hassle, like, for some weights.
Especially because it's
If it was like an Apple thing.
it's been signed for, so like it's traceable for you as a driver. back to
Exactly,
you.
yeah.
Like you're responsible.
Yeah.
Either way, whoever signed for it, if you're watching this, fuck you. I hope you.
No,
I hope
I
that
think-
weight. I hope you dropped the weight on your foot.
I think fuck the delivery driver. Like that's the shit person.
I'll fuck all you.
Because like so I was telling you earlier, like when I've had deliveries recently where, and I get coronavirus delivery kind of thing that they do.
Yeah,
it's not delivering. Like
sometimes
dropping
when
off a parcel in the middle of a driveway and saying, "Yeah, I delivered it." That's not delivery, bro. Like knock on the door.
I mean, I'd rather he did. I would have taken that rather than to another house.
Yeah, do you? Because I guess no, but still, like you can't just fucking leave a great big box in the middle of someone's driveway, not even knock on the door, and just walk away, and then be like, "Oh, I delivered it." But then, like someone could just walk up, take that fucking thing. It's just a big old box in the middle of the driveway, and we have had that happen. Like my parents have got that Ring doorbell thing installed, so you can see it's literally like CCTV. So they're kind of looking like, what the fuck? It's just like this dude kind of rocks up.
What in between the cars? Just
so no. So okay. So I'm not at my parents' house. I'm at my girlfriend's house, like for the summer month. So where my car normally would be fine because there's kind of like enough width to have two cars. So the box would have been kind of hidden by my car, but my car's not there, so the box is just here. So anyone walking past can be like, "There's a big old box." I mean, just.
And the Ring camera only comes on when it's wrong, or is it always watching?
When there's motion in front, but you can always just kind of view it.
But
it flags up on your phone, like gives you a notification when there's somebody like by your front door or whatever wrong or something. But it's like that's that's just laziness. Like that's just being shit at your job.
Yeah, and then so going back to the dumbbells, I still don't know. But on Tuesday, the day it was meant to get it was delivered to the wrong place. At night, I was like, I'm fucking depressed. Found this other place. Ordered 2 20-kilogram kettlebells, which was meant to arrive today. Obviously weird, like, out here. I had to run down, chase the driver back, so he only had 1 of 2 parcels. So I've got 1 kettlebell,
But not the other.
but on the actual package it says 1 of 2. So I've only got 1 text from DPD. So
That
someone's fucking around with
Yeah.
deliveries. Like, I feel like everyone's got coronavirus in the brain. Like, just read the fucking address and do your job.
because like. I mean, I don't understand how deliveries work, but I mean, so forgive me if I'm wrong or just being completely incompetent. Surely, like, they say, "Oh, we're going to be really busy around Christmas. You might not get your parcels." And
Prepare for it.
Issues. But it's not just that. Nothing should change. The same structure or the same system that you would have regularly should still apply. It's just there's more of it. So you just kind of expect there to be more.
When he opened the back of his van, I saw that motherfucker's van was empty, man. There was like 3 packages in there. One of them was my thing.
So he was like, at the end of his.
I only opened 1 door.
Wait, so did he actually knock on the door?
I don't know. I was like,
I guess. Imagine if we just didn't knock and just got stuck in the van for like 30 seconds. Yeah, I was here. He wasn't here. I tried. Because I mean, I'm not being funny, but that's probably what it's going to come down
just
to.
knocks like, he's not here.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I didn't actually receive a slip either. But I don't think DPD do that. They just come back the next day.
Whatever.
I got a text, right?
The worst at Amazon because they don't actually have people who work for Amazon who do that. They're all self-employed, so they all sort of work for themselves, and they just take out courier jobs. So they basically hire out vans for the day, try and fill as many boxes as they can in said van, and then go and distribute them. So they obviously, the more they deliver, the more they get paid.
So they're just fucking Hail Marying it over gates at the front
pretty
door.
much, yeah. And then they're the ones who just kind of don't really kind of.
Do you know what? I feel like it's not so much fun conversation anymore, but
It's fine.
I feel like Amazon has gotten to the legitimacy level that I in my eyes of eBay now, because I was looking for like an adjustable like bench like to work out on. I found 3 same benches with the same pictures at different prices, and then they had like slightly different like titles, but it was the same thing.
I get you.
And then the distributor was all the same. I'm like, why are you different prices?
Yeah, I think there's also a point where when something becomes that size and that big, it becomes hard to
police all that.
Yeah, but also just to kind of keep track of everything.
Kind of like
Obviously
America.
they should. What's that?
Kind of like America.
Exactly.
It's too big.
Yeah.
But
also on the subject of eBay, sorry, I fucking hate eBay. Their interface, the actual website.
Oh, I've
straight out of the 90s. So
that's where it's from, right? Or early noughties?
I don't give a fuck because like so I remember like I went on there for the first time probably in I don't know years, I kind of just was trying to just find a button which said sell, like to sell an item. And there's like tons of buttons, tons of different colours, all sorts of shit, text everywhere, and you're going, fuck am I looking at? Top right corner, there's a tiny little pixel that says sell. And then you click on that. But the thing is, it's so difficult. Like even when you go on your My Profile tab, on the left-hand side where you have like kind of like subcategories, you would expect it to sell, or to say sell, or selling, or watching, or whatever. It says watching and all that sort of stuff, but there isn't one. I mean, they may have changed it, or may have just been completely blind, but there wasn't one that just said sell stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like they kind of
sometimes you just want like a big neon sign, be like this one.
But things should just be simple. And how can they be a company like that big
and
just to have such a shit interface? Like, I don't get it. Is it targeted for the older generation where like don't change it too much because they got to get used to it, or they got to change how?
But then you'd think that
you would think simplicity is best.
Yeah. But
so
again,
fuck knows.
Is you saying that mean that we are now part of the older generation?
I don't give a fuck
because it's because it's not simple.
No, but it's never been simple.
Yeah.
From what I remember.
I've got 2 guitars I need to sell.
Good luck.
And
you reckon you're going to find that button?
I'm trying to get my girl.
You'll buy another one. Because they make you buy stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I've ended up with 12 guitars. That's so yeah, so deliveries are shit. Christmas time is shit because deliveries are more, which means more shit.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my input for this happy
Speaking of deliveries, there's a kind of off topic a little bit. You're going to get a PS5?
No, I'm not getting delivered. That's for sure.
That's a good point. But you can't even go to a shop and buy it. Conspiracy.
Well, apparently they only made like 48 of them because no one's managed to get hold of them.
See, that's what I don't understand. Like, surely...
Like, you knew this was going to happen.
But the thing is, like, you can kind of, work, like, crunch some numbers and go, right, how many people have PS4s?
We ain't got enough.
No, but the thing is, like, you can use data, like, those who have the online subscription to PS4, right? Maybe say, I don't know, 100,000, right? Obviously it's more than that, but I'm just going to say 100,000. Then you can be like, add an extra 10% for those who don't want to pay the online, right? So then you're going to have 110,000 potential PS5 buyers. So you make that much, or you have that much available pre-Christmas, so that you don't sell out. Unless...
Sony. Hi, this guy.
Unless the whole sold out thing is like a
marketing ploy.
A marketing ploy to kind of get people to like buy more.
But
it's been proven to be, though.
They make a loss on each unit anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
But yeah, I think if you were to look at purely unit cost, but where they make the money is on all the other bits. The games, all the online updates, the subscriptions, the hardware, the other things that have a bigger margin on it.
So like the PS5 is like
that's just
promotional tool.
That's
and then the actual thing.
Yeah. I think the money make. I think because I'm pretty sure on the PS4 they still make a loss per unit, and same with PS5.
I guess.
And that would, I think, you got to take that loss sometimes, because you know that the frequency of purchase will be just like one console per person.
Yeah, because you've essentially by somebody having that console, you've essentially secured a subscription fee.
Yeah.
Without them kind of knowing about it, because they're going to want to change games. They're going to want to buy new games.
Exactly.
For the next, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 years before another one comes out, maybe even longer. They're kind of locked into that.
PS6 sounds stupid. Just saying, Sony.
P6.
P6.
P6. I don't know. Don't hire me for marketing. I'll be the idea guy. But
speaking of marketing, really clever bit of marketing, which is just a fucking love from Sony, was circle, X, triangle and square in Oxford Circus at the four corners. Because on the underground sign, there's a circle anyway for the London Underground.
Yes.
So they basically made it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sick. So hopefully you can get a picture and pop it up here.
Oh god.
I'm going to give you so much work now. You said you like Photoshop.
These edits. No, it's not Photoshop. It's video editing.
You got that on your laptop, right? Fuck, I was trying to get you there.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
He's your boy.
There might or may not be a picture here. I just draw a giant dick pointing right at you. No, I don't.
I licked it. But speaking of dicks, funny story. Go.
Oh. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
Because I'm trying not to give too much away.
Oh, you mean my mate's story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really related to dicks, I don't think.
No, it's not.
But it was something to do with
things out your bum.
Yeah.
So okay.
Naturally, the first thing I thought of was dicks because
whatever.
That's what
okay,
got
so a good friend of mine, I won't name him just in case he doesn't want this to go
Can I just
to
say
the
you
masses
should
of
beep it
people.
out?
Go on then. Who is it? Just say it. Yeah, that's it. Cool.
What?
Okay.
Sorry.
So he had a colonoscopy.
I can't wait for. Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
Their reaction. So we had to catch up before this
I got
lockdown hit.
cramp in my rib, man. Oh, right, go.
You good? So before this kind of lockdown 2.0 happened, we had to catch up with just a bunch of mates, and he like I'm gonna do a really bad kind of version of the story because
Go for it.
you know some people have those kind of that ability to just tell stories and it's really fucking funny. I do not have that ability. I just mumble and start at the end and then work my way back and whatever. But long story short, he had a colonoscopy, right, at the age of 27 or 26 I think he is. But he didn't know he was going in for a colonoscopy, so he went to his GP and like he's kind of had like
hang on,
stomach pains and stuff. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm saying this funny story very, very well, okay? Okay. So he went to his GP, had like, you know, stomach pains and just kind of feeling really weird and, you know, like just something wasn't right. So he kind of went, okay, yeah, we're going to do this, all right, okay. So then they transfer him to this kind of medical sort of centre, you know, or like the hospital or whatever it was. So he kind of goes there, has an appointment booked in, and kind of strolls in, and they're like, okay, yeah, ask him questions, like da-da-da-da. And then this whole time he's just there thinking, you know, he's going to be like a finger up the butt, you know, have a little search or whatever, because you know that's kind of what they do, you know, they have a little route round.
So he thought something.
He thought.
Let's say someone's got longer fingers, like about this long. What's that like? 4.
They don't go all the way in.
But yeah, but he thought something that long was going to figure out what's wrong with his insides.
Well, yeah, but that's what. So that's not a colonoscopy, but that's a rectal exam?
Yeah, that's just your rectum.
Yeah, but so the thing is, so he thought that's what was wrong with him. So he just thought like, oh yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure I can handle a finger up the bum, you know. So he was kind of just expecting to, you know, go on the side and kind of have a finger up his bum. And then they kind of go, okay, cool. So could you please put this on, like it's a gown?
Yeah.
He's like, wait, okay. I don't feel like I need to wear this, but okay, whatever. I'll play along. And they're like, okay, so please just, you know, just have a look, read through this menu or whatever, and just kind of decide what you want, right? So he's kind of looking at this menu, and it's a menu of sedatives. So it's kind of like ranked in order of how fucked up you're going to be afterwards, right? So you have like painkillers, and then there's like, it goes all the way down to like morphine, where it's like you're going to have to stay overnight in a hospital, and then in between where like, you can drive within an hour afterwards or 2 hours after or whatever.
So it's ranked in order of how fucked up you're going to be because of the painkiller.
Yeah. Like
not because of
the drowsiness after it. So like, obviously, if you want maximum pain and you want to be knocked out, you can't then drive home the same day. It's kind of based on that, right?
Right. I thought you meant because.
So he's no. So he's looking at this. So you don't choose what size of fucking camera.
That's what I thought when he said menu.
Give me the big one.
The eggplant, please.
No. So he's So he's looking at it, going, no, I don't really want anything because.
Just a finger.
In his mind, he's going, it's just a finger, right? So then they're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I'll be fine. He's like, okay, so he puts his gown on and he's got like the butt flap and everything. So he's there like, okay. And then they have to put him, I think, in a wheelchair to kind of carry him to like the operation room. And on the way there,
it's like, what am I getting?
On the way there, he's like, what the fuck? And then it only dawned on him when he went to this operating room where there's just a table, and around him is just nurses and a surgeon and all sorts. And he's like, what the fuck is happening here? And they're like, so the nurse tells us that you chose no sedative. He's like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna want at least this. He's like, okay, so it's just Nox.
Nos.
Nos, sorry. Yeah. That would kill you. That would definitely knock you out. So Nos, right?
Swift uppercut.
He's like, okay, cool, whatever. So I'm just remembering parts of the story as I'm about to say them. So he kind of gets on his table, and then obviously he's on his side or whatever, and then he sees this fucking coil of a snake come out, and he's like, what the fuck? And then it dawns on him, holy shit, that's going inside, right? And then on the side, and all the nurses that he's got, they're all kind of like happy, like trying to cheer him up, like, yeah, don't worry, whatever, really happy. You know, he's going, fuck, this is gonna go up my arse. Yeah. So then, as you turn over to the side, they've got like a little camera, a little TV monitor, so he can
see
basically
up his own
watch.
arse.
So he can watch. So obviously before
Wait,
this,
surely it's not for him though, it's for the surgeon, so he can look straight up.
yeah, but he can still see it if he wanted to. Which I don't know why, for some fucked up reason.
I would close my eyes and just wish it away, man.
Yeah. So like, sorry, just to backtrack a bit. So before this, he was given tons of laxatives and stuff. So there was
Clean
like
up.
nothing in the system,
Yeah,
right? And he was like,
full
that was just awful, anyways.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's there on the table, arse out, and they're about to fucking go in there. But the thing is, like, so you're saying the first thing, like this doctor obviously had the gloves or whatever, gets a whole bit of lube, yeah, but just does this, and then puts the finger in, and I'm like, hang on, why did they slap? So I was like, why would they do that? It's like, I don't know. So they're like really confused. Like, okay, cool, this is weird. And then they proceed to kind of put the thing up, right? So then he's like, uh-oh.
I can't
And
get
then,
that.
but he kind of just keeps going, and he's like, holy fuck, like he's in tons of pain, right? But he just kind of keeps going. So at that point, he's
Suck
like,
in the nos.
fuck it, like, just give me everything, right? So he's like sucking on this, right? As they're putting on it, yeah. So
Pulling on it.
no, so they're putting,
in.
obviously, yeah, pushing it in, sorry. And he's like just taking all of this fucking gas in, right? And they're like, yeah, take it, and they're like, oh, not that much. So he's like at the point of blacking out because he's just taking so much in. Like, whoa, no, go down.
You ever done a nos balloon?
No, but I've had nos gas like in the back of an ambulance.
Yeah.
And it's just everything's like low pitch and it's super weird. But he was just fucking going for it because he was like, I'm in so much pain. And then they're obviously in the meantime kind of just fucking piling his camera in, and he just kind of feels it go up him to the point where it kind of hits something, and then it's like a junction. Then he got like this, and then he was saying that was the worst feeling because they had to turn it round somehow.
I feel sick, like.
Oh, dude! And then it fucking went all through his intestines, right? And then halfway through,
How much of this is embellished though by him, like not having a recollection of it, or was he like fully?
I don't know, but he like.
I bet he wish he had that.
It was
took the morphine now.
Hilarious, yeah. So halfway through, this is the best bit. So he kind of feels this like huge kind of
stop.
You know, like before you're about to fart, you can kind of feel it, right? So he kind of feels it, and they're like, oh yeah, fart, keep farting. so he's like letting these gigantic farts out, and they're like, keep farting, keep farting.
Team of nurses around just cheering him to fart.
Because you don't want it to like kind of constrict. You need to have that kind of air passing through it.
Yeah.
So he was saying like a solid 10-15 minutes, you're just farting because there's just all this air being pushed in, and then he's obviously kind of passing it through.
Like anal queef.
Essentially, but like for like solid 10 minutes.
Oh man.
So just to have these like fucking table of surgeons just going, yeah, keep farting, come on, keep farting. So then they kind of finish it.
Fucking hell.
And then they have to take it back out.
Is that? I'm assuming that's messier.
He's just saying it's still just as painful. He's like, oh, they're just gonna fucking, you know, like automatic garden hoses where you press a button and you just. But no, they're like slowly kind of fucking pulling it out.
Yeah, I'm guessing the surgeon wouldn't want it to like whip out.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Like,
but in my mind, I was like, oh, you just press a little button and it goes
like a Henry
from
Hoover.
the inside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, they don't do that, which is good. And yeah, so obviously it's just as painful coming out.
Some intense shit, man.
And then, meanwhile, he's still fighting. Keep fighting, yeah, keep fighting. He's kind of half knocked out, and then they finish, and then they kind of wheel him out. And as he's wheeling him out in the wheelchair, he's looking over to the other tables, at other rooms, and there are other guys having the same thing done, and all you can hear is keep fighting, keep fighting, and then he's just like, oh my god, where am I? What the fuck's happening?
Like, that's the most surreal experience.
So then he's like, you know, in the recovery bed or whatever, and then a surgeon kind of comes in, and he's like kind of coming to at this point, and he's fine. Surgeon comes in looking kind of like a bit disappointed or a bit upset or whatever. He's like, Mr. Barney, Mr. Cox. Mr. Barney.
We're going to
Cox.
bleep out a lot of this.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to change the name.
No, just put the... Yeah, anyway.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Cox. I'm afraid you're perfectly normal. So he had that all done with, like, no, you're fine. But then get this, right? So he had
I've had a colonoscopy.
so he's a music producer, right? He had a studio session booked in with another good mate of mine who was at the table whilst he was telling the story, and he's already heard the story. So he walks back to his car, gets in. He's like, I'm gonna be like half an hour late. He's like, okay, yeah, cool. Meanwhile, they don't know he's just had a colonoscopy. Right. So he turns up, tells them the story, and they're like, oh my god, why don't you just fucking cancel the day? He still turned up and did the session. Meanwhile, telling them the story. So obviously they're laughing their fucking heads off about to do a recording session, and he's just back had a colonoscopy.
Did he say if it was sore?
Probably was, yeah.
Do you reckon it's actually easier for a gay dude to do it?
I don't. So the thing is,
I think
penis is maybe like that long.
Yeah, if
max.
it's like up here, then actually that's something you can't really.
There's like, ouch.
Yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, he knows what that feels like, and he says next time, take morphine.
Yeah, it's gonna
take the morphine. Moral of the story: if you're gonna get a colonoscopy,
oh man, I feel like
max out the ingredients. I didn't do it that much justice, but
I think you did a good job. I was gonna say,
but like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, when he was saying it, it was fucking great, man. So yeah,
I don't think I've never had a like serious surgical procedure. I don't think.
No, I've broken a few bones, but I've never had surgery done.
I think I've like the worst one's like getting that stitched up, maybe, like they're like positioning the skin.
See, I had
to see the bone.
So when I cut my sort of pinky.
That's the same thing as me.
The glass, yeah, I washed up the glass and just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
They had to glue it, then sew it, and that stung like a bitch. And I was just there kind of trying to like, yeah, manly, I can do this. And I was like, ow, it fucking hurts.
I'm fucking squeamish as shit, man. So like, they were like...
Well, I am now after that.
They were like shuffling the thing around to like pinch it to go as close as they could because they could see the bone. I was like, I'm just not going to look at it because I ain't going to... Pass
like up until that point where I fucked this up and I could really sort of see the inside, I can kind of see tendons, and this whole bit of flappy skin was just kind of moving about. It was awful, right? Ever since that, I've been a bit more like squeamish. Whereas before then, I was like, like Saw movies and things like that. It was like, yeah. Whatever.
Oh, I don't care about movies. That's fine.
But still, like now, I kind of in my head, I'm like,
but if I know
it's happening to me, and I'm just like,
if I know it's gross. Real, like, so if I could watch a Saw movie, I'm like, I know it's not real, so I can just watch like a saw go into someone's like.
Oh no, I can't.
But if I like watch like I don't know, like emergency room channel. I don't know if that's a thing.
Emergency room channel.
But if I know it's a real human and they cut into it, I'm like.
If it's like like a real thing, not just
a prop.
Yeah, exactly, or CGI or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that. Even to the point now where certain stories
that's what I reckon
set me off.
Like, you know how like dads are like there for the baby's birth and they look down. I don't know if because there's a lot of like blood and guts and
blood and guts
shit themselves. Well, because the placenta comes out.
Yeah,
like,
I guess
it looked like guts because of the umbilical cord. I don't know. I've never experienced this, but like
I can only.
I don't know if I can. I don't want to be like, yeah, I'll look and watch the birth of my child.
No.
Just out.
The funny thing is, me and Charlotte were having this conversation, and she's like, "What? You wouldn't want to be there?" I was like,
"I want to be there.
I'd be there, but I want to be behind the screen or like the sheet." That's
and surely
blocking.
You'd want me by your side, not
just there like, "Hey, what's going on here, blood?"
Yeah.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
That's fucking disgusting. I mean, you look great, mate.
But this is a magical moment.
Just in a little puke bag.
Dude, I would, I can't
we'd definitely keep
imagine
this.
that.
There's some feminist crying somewhere.
No, there's nothing wrong with birth giving. It's just, it kind of is a bit, at the same time. Like, I don't think anybody would want to watch that for fun. Like, oh, look, it's so magical. Oh,
that's what
look all the blood. Oh, bro, it's a fucking crime scene. I want to see that shit. I want to see the afterwards. The afterwards, like the kind of, the
end
product. The product of that hard work, basically.
I want to see the baked bun. I don't want to see
the baking or the kneading of the.
I don't need to see that. Bam.
Pun.
Dad jokes ahoy. So I think we were coming up with a section for this podcast for random purchases.
Yes. Well, you kind of came up with this.
Yeah, because I don't know if everyone else has experienced this, but when you're on Instagram, you get served these at least I do anyway, these weird adverts for certain products, and you're like, I would never need this, but I thought we start a section of
I guess
things that I've noticed that I thought were quite interesting. So this first one, we'll put the picture up here, is it's called a blend jet. So it's basically like a little, imagine a flask you'll take to work, but it's got a blade that spin at the bottom.
Oh, so it's like a portable NutriBullet.
Yeah.
Kinda, but like less safe.
Yeah. So I'm like, what if, I don't know.
I'm hoping there's some sort of
cut your fingers off with that shit.
safety measures.
But I kind of want one.
How much are they? We should rate these, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Buy one, save 15%.
No.
Buy two, save 20%.
No, just how much is one?
I don't know. Tell me.
There's not like a shopping tab. Go on a shopping tab.
If you shop. Okay, $50 for one. So
I don't know if I...
So essentially, you just chuck your stuff in the bottom. That looks very sexual. There's a... Okay, so
that's huge. You can't... That's not portable. That's literally just a NutriBullet.
Yeah, but you literally... Like, look, you take it and you... Okay, this is long, like...
Yeah, it's just a fancy blender.
No, but you take it in that.
Oh, wait, what? I see.
So look, that's why it's got these portable little, like, these handles on top. So you literally sat in a gym.
No, thanks.
So, yeah. So that's
imagine, but just imagine walking up to the gym just with all this fruit. Give this a sec. Just...
You just press the bottom of it, blends it, and I'm assuming it does it by itself anyway because you know when stuff settles.
Right.
So you're at work, you leave it in the work refrigerator, in a post-COVID world because you can't do that now or whatever. So that was one of them, but I kind of want it.
No, I don't think. I'm gonna give that like a 5 out of 10 in terms of like want factor.
How much you? Oh, want factor or how useful it actually is.
And usability and usefulness. I'm gonna give it solid 5 across for both, I think.
So we got to figure out what we're going to rate these on, because I mean,
I would decide.
Let's just say want factor and that's it.
Okay, 5.
Because that's attempting to be like a practical product, but I don't think it's really that necessary.
No.
Okay, so that's
Next.
that one. Come on, Wi-Fi, right? Skull ice molds.
What to make? Oh, I see.
To make whiskey.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, see, like it basically. We can check this up here as well.
You put the ice cube in and then it kind of weighs it down. Is that how you make the mold?
No, it's already molded.
Price is going up soon. What kind of marketing is that?
I mean, I'd rather they told me than not. So.
Well, yeah, but
it's basically fear mongering.
So
buy it now.
Forced, yeah.
But yeah, so you basically have the molds there. So you just fill it up with water and just wait. Well, obviously put it in the freezer.
How fair dues. Yeah, I'd get one of them.
Yeah, my one.
But again, how much?
I love how they put like it in whiskey, and they also put a cigar next to it too, so you know it's going to be some like
for the gentleman,
the sort of edgy gentleman,
yeah.
I suppose. So my want on that is, I'd say about a 9, solid 9.
I'll go for 8. Be more reserved, I think.
I want to measure this stuff, so we'll stick with those 2 for now. We got more.
I'll do one more.
One more. Okay.
Make it lucky 3.
Is that a lucky number?
Unlucky, isn't it?
How good are you at cards?
As in, like, what do you mean? Shuffling? Poker? Blackjack? What are you talking about?
Throwing? Any of those?
I don't know. Average at best.
Alright.
Why?
So, I got service added for this set of cards, right?
Sick.
Look how premium they are. So it's like you can get gold ones, silver ones.
Gold cards?
Yeah. Look.
What, solid gold?
I don't know if it's solid gold.
Or just gold plate?
So you get like black, silver or gold, and it's like you just get the whole suit, and it comes in this little like box. It's obviously stuff that you never actually, it's not
you don't
need.
Use. You just...
It's like more either ornamental, like if you're holding like poker night or something.
How much is that? I can't see from it.
So about $20.
Oh. So it's just gold
for a full,
coloured?
For a full set of, yeah. But it's like premium. It's called Taichi.official.
I don't know if I'll buy them. They've only got like 700
They've also got like matching dice. It's basically if you're holding like poker nights, something like that. I can't play poker. I don't know how. And if I did, I wouldn't be very good at it. I think I learned briefly at uni. And had to keep looking at what...
It can be kind of fun.
Had to keep looking at what meant what.
Oh,
like a royal
right.
flush or a...
Oh, yeah. Well, you just keep it up. You just keep it up like next to it so everyone can see.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. I just kept looking at it again and again, trying to play it like
Ooh.
like when you
Poker face, like.
yeah.
Okay.
But I always
raise.
I always think.
folds.
Oh fuck!
Oh, come on, man.
I always think if you did that, it's like a double bluff. But like, oh yeah.
Like, yeah, you could, I guess.
Exactly.
But then it will like.
But how
You
many
do it once,
How
and
many
then-
times
and then
does
they
reverse
just-
psychology work?
Yeah. Just once, I think.
But that's when you get double bluff, or when someone else is double bluffing your double bluff. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I think because it comes with the chips and everything.
Does it? No, that's
It
just
doesn't come with it, as in the.
The image comes with chips. Chips sold separately. Do they even sell chips? Do they don't?
They must do, surely.
I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna give it less than the blender.
So you want the blender more than you want these sick cards.
Yeah, because I'm gonna buy them.
I
And
just
look
had
at them
that
and go,
back out loud, and I realised how dumb it
I'm gonna
was.
go, yeah, sit. At least the blender I can make a drink with it. Even if I don't take it with me, I can just keep it
Or
in the
just
kitchen.
put the arm of your enemies in and just wait.
Depends what safety features they've got. Because if you could turn it on without a lid being on, you could just walk around and be like.
Your enemy's just there like, what are we doing? It's like, fuck. I know. Okay, fine. They also like, I think all these like brands on Instagram, they go for. So you know, like when you're scrolling up down the feed of a brand, it's got like a certain aesthetic to the Instagram page.
Yeah.
So like a certain like preset of filters that always
Yeah,
makes
like a
makes
theme.
makes it look like it's part of one whole.
Yeah.
So this brand does that, but they just have a picture of like a random wardrobe with the same sort of colour scheme.
And then just like a quote or something.
and then no, just fuck all.
No, but like, what's the caption?
Oh.
Just like a quote or something.
Fashion is not necessarily about labels. It's not about brands. It's about something else that comes from within you.
A wardrobe.
Ralph Lauren.
Oh, right. Okay.
But that was who he was quoting.
Yeah, but as in, all right. Fair play.
There you go. So I feel like we'll come back.
It's just content for the sake of content. That's not really saying anything. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like this section of the podcast will come back to. So I'll do like a random purchase and one. So we're saying for the blender you went 5.
I'm gonna go 5.
For the Skull Ice you went
8.
I went 9. Bearing in mind, mine are always probably going to be higher than Camille because this is saved on my Instagram. So
And he gets quite excited about stuff.
I'm excitable,
Ooh.
but more like manly, more like ooh.
And you're more prone to like impulse buy. Like you just bought a hat. Fedora.
That's not a bad hat.
Yeah, but
A leather fedora.
yeah, leather is the issue. I think.
There's a massive stigma attached to fedoras, isn't there? There's like the hipster prick hat.
I've got one.
Okay, maybe I should return mine then.
If yours is leather, motherfucker. Mine's proper.
I'm a gimp. Give me that leather mask and a zip too.
Fucking hell.
Um,
Okay, Slipknot mask.
and then we're with the
the giant nose.
dick nose. And what was the third one we just did? The cards,
Yeah.
which you gave 4.
Yeah. I said. Yeah,
Oh, you
no.
want them less? Okay, yeah, you
Yeah,
said that.
yeah.
I think that's probably up there. We're an 8 for me.
Fucking hell.
So I'd want. Yeah, but okay. Imagine you're holding a poker night, which I will never hold in my life.
Exactly. Yeah. Hang on. So exactly.
But if I did,
But these are all like based on like alternate universes where you're just holding poker nights, but you're not. That Azeem should have that set. of
I'd be
cards.
the type of person who'd hold a poker night and just have people around, and I'd be like, "You guys can."
You just want a load of bougie shit that you're never going to use.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
Don't tell me.
intrigued to see how often that hat gets worn as well. By the ways,
Whenever
if he doesn't wear his
I'm gonna wear it
hat
in
in
the
the
next
next podcast, yeah, exactly. But I feel like we should wrap up now because I feel like the camera's died.
Yeah.
I think so.
Ah, fuck. Bye,
Well,
guys.
hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Like, subscribe, get involved in the comments and all that sort of stuff. Be sure to give us a review if you're just listening to this on
Send us
Spotify or Apple, all that sort of stuff. We're on Instagram as well. What is it? Do you remember it?
Absolutely
You
not. Oh, we go.
don't. Almost dot grown up. And Twitter is almost grown up 2.
I really
The
need to
numerical
remember
2.
more shit.
Yeah, you do. See, off the cuff, mate. Professional.
I don't
Right.
know.
See you later.
Peace.